Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on the second Maiden's tragedy, and we get to hear from Helvetius today in Act 2, Scene 1. Now, Helvetius has gone to see his daughter, and he was yelling at her for not taking advantage of this opportunity to be with the tyrant king, because that would also put Helvetius in a good position within the court and everything like that. And she sort of shamed him back and said, actually, if you were my father, you would forgive all of this because, you know, we're family and I love Helvetius and want to be with him and all of that. So he was like, okay, fine, I forgive you. Just do me one favor. And she's like, of course I'll do you a favor. And he says, let me pick your friend, by which he means, let me set you up as a mistress for somebody. And she's like, friend? You're gonna pick a friend for me? And he says, push. Talk like a courtier girl, not like a fool. Thou know'st the end of greatness, and has wit above the flight of 20 feathered mistresses that glister in the sun of princes' favors. Thou hast discourse in thee, fit for a king's fellowship, a princely carriage, and astonishing presence. What should a husband do with all this goodness? Alas, one end is too much for him. Nor is it fit a subject should be master of such a jewel. 'Tis in the king's power to take it for the forfeit. But I come to bear thee gently to his bed of honors. All force forgotten, he commends him to thee with more than the humility of a servant, that, since thou wilt not yield to be his queen, be yet his mistress. He shall be content with that or nothing. He shall ask no more. And with what easiness that is performed, most of your women know. Having a husband, that kindness costs thee nothing. You have that in all over and above to your first bargain. And that's a brave advantage for a woman, if she be wise, as I suspect not thee. And having youth and beauty and a husband, thou'st all the wish of woman. Take thy time then, make thy best market. So this speech is a little difficult for women these days to hear, but what he's saying is, this is a good deal for you if you go and sleep with the tyrant king. If you become the tyrant king's mistress, you get all of the benefits of being his mistress with none of the shame of being a mistress because you're already married. So like if you're sleeping with him, you're not sleeping with him out of wedlock because you are already married. So there's no like shame there. Nobody's gonna get after you and say that you're a terrible person for that. And he's like, look, you are dignified and smart and all. He's like, you're a much better candidate to be his mistress than a lot of these other women. But since you're so good, your husband isn't going to know what to do with you. You're too good for him. And that's not really fair for someone as awesome as you to belong to somebody that's not the king. So he's like, all the king is asking is that you be his mistress. He's not going to ask for anything else than that. And this is like a win-win-win for everybody involved. You should go do this. This is, you know, this way you get to have everything that you want. You're young, you're beautiful, you have a husband, and you'll be mistress to the king. Isn't that basically what every woman wants? And lady looks at him and she's like, Is this my father speaking to me? Or is this some sort of evil spirit that has possessed my father? Because I want to know who I'm talking to. That's going to dictate how exactly I respond. And Helvetius goes off again. He's like, you're ungrateful and you should do this and this is good for me and everything like that. At which point, Helvetius, who's been listening in this whole time, but nobody knew, Helvetius comes in, shoots a pistol, Helvetius falls to the ground, and Helvetius is going to have some words in tomorrow's monologue. So I'll see you then for that. Mwah.